Good morning, everybody. We will be starting at 11. We're waiting for people to join in. A lot of you are joining already, so welcome, and we'll be starting in just a bit. Go grab your tea, coffee, a bottle of water, whatever you'd like, and we'll begin in just a bit. Just checking. Can you guys hear me? Please drop a yes if you can hear me. Great. Thank you. Perfect. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all doing well and are ready to discover how to get your baby to sleep from just waking every 30 minutes to sleep for 10 to 12 hours uninterrupted within 14 to 21 days and without guesswork, right? We must be thinking, okay, is this really possible? Aren't babies supposed to keep waking up, so on and so forth? But we are going to be breaking a lot of those myths and actually talk about science and exact steps, how you can get your baby to sleep for 10 to 12 hours within 2 to 3 weeks, right? I know it's almost top of the hour. We will just give moms a little bit more time, so that, we're all here with little babies. So let's just give 5 more minutes. I see a lot of people joining in, so we'll give 5 more minutes. I would request you to go grab that bottle of water or tea or coffee and consider this as your mommy hangout for the next couple of hours, right? So just relax, and ask a lot of questions. I would be looking at the questions as well, and yeah, have fun basically and get started to get your baby to sleep. So we will wait for a couple of more minutes and then we'll get started. Or rather, while we're waking, can you guys send me in chat? I see about 100 of you over here already. How old is your little one, so that we can actually talk about, give examples of specific schedules and stuff as well as we speak. Okay, okay. Mm-hmm. 2 months, 9 months, 9 months, 8 months, 4 months. Oh, diversity, 60 days. Okay, 2 months, 16 months also. Okay. 2 months, 3 months, 3.5 months, 1 month, 5 month. Okay, 5 weeks. Okay, 7.5 months. Okay, so mostly are younger than an year. A lot of you are still in newborn stage, so congratulations on that. And I hope you are taking good care of yourself as well. That recovery is very, very important. That's fine, Temavi. Vivek may not be able to participate, but I'm listening. Exactly, that listening is very, very important. Participating, of course, is important as well, but we understand. She does not sleep in the night. Okay. Yeah, I mean, a lot of us are here because the baby is not sleeping in the night. Oh, 2 years and another 1 month and a half. Oh, Ananya, you seem to have your hands full. So what's happening over there? I would love to know a little bit more about your babies. Um, Okay, 4 months old, 2 months, 9 months, twin boys, Priyanka. Wonderful. 2 months, 9 months, 2 years. Yep, we've spoken about that. Okay, okay, okay. 15 months, 15 days. Okay. 5 weeks. Understood. 3.5. Okay. 2 months again. Gets up very frequently at night and has a very disturbed sleep. Okay, okay. Is this a new phenomenon? Has this recently begun since you had the younger one, or it's always been the case? Because we very recently worked with a 21-month-old, similar to your baby's age, and we introduced certain strategies and stuff, and the baby was sleeping within 3 days, right? Sleeping the entire stretch. So, okay, it's always been there. Similar case. Okay, no worries about that. Okay, I see a lot of you still joining. Okay, we are getting the room pretty full. So the question I asked while a lot of you were joining was, how old is your little one, so that we can try to like understand what this group essentially looks like. And we can, you could also text me. I mean, you can send it to me over here. Okay, 3.5 months, 7 months. Okay, okay. Okay, 15 days, newborn less than 1 month, of course. Okay, 4 months. Perfect age to sleep train, Purnima. Is my child don't sleep in morning only for half an hour, but sleep well at night with swaddle. Okay, no worries. Baby age 7 months, 5 months, 3 months, twin boys 3 months. Okay. 6.5 months, 7 months. Okay, okay, okay. So this is actually a great group with most babies under 1 years of age. Most of the time, I mean, as is the case, any habit is easier to break when it's not been formed for a very long time, right? So the younger the baby, the better it is to actually help develop the habits. And in fact, even at a newborn stage, you can introduce certain things, and then you can go ahead from there, right? So that is how I would consider. 16-month-old only 2 hours stretch and then keeps waking up every hour in the night. Okay, of course, we'll just talk about it, and I'll tell you exactly why that's happening. One of my boy wakes up at night with bushy eyes, and the other one wakes up every 1 hour. Waking is compulsory within an hour of his sleep, and then sleeps for 4 5 hours straight. Wanted to know, is compulsorily within 1 hour sleep. That could be a multitude of reasons, right? Which is why we never fix sleep with just one pointer. We always fix it holistically, right? So it cannot be just one reason that I give you, that this is the reason why it is happening, right? So let's talk. I think we have the room almost full, and it is in about time that we can get started. So let's begin my biosoothing method that will help your babies go from waking every 30 minutes to sleeping for 10 to 12 hours uninterrupted within 14 to 21 days, gently, without guesswork, right? All these months that you've spent with sleepless nights and everything, just consider them changed within 2 weeks if you follow exactly what I ask you to, right? So with that, let's begin. I know we're all new moms and we haven't really gotten enough time to sit and relax and do all of that. And even considering that, the idea of relaxation may be a little bit too much for you at this point. So let's begin with a short relaxation exercise. But before that, I want to ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how exhausted are you today? What's your exhaustion level? Like, 1 is that you're fine, and 10 is like, don't even talk to me. I am barely holding it together. I'm not even holding it together anymore. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how exhausted are you today? 8, 8, 8, 8, 10. So tired. I understand, Padma. 7, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10, 10, 10. Okay. Oh, I also see certain fours and fives. That's great that we are holding it together a little bit. 6, 7, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Oh my God, there are only tens coming in. Okay, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Happy to see one four in there. Okay, okay, okay. Since we are all so exhausted, let's do a quick exercise. Okay, because we wouldn't get that opportunity otherwise, right? So, what I want you to do is to close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Forget everything that's happening around you. I know somebody said that I'm holding my baby in my arms. Uh, be careful while you do that, right? So close your eyes, rub your baby's back if you have your baby in your hand, because this time is for you. Take 2 deep breaths and imagine this. Your baby sleeps 10 to 12 hours every night. You wake up rested, calm, smiling. Your mornings, they are peaceful. You walk into work focused and confident. And most importantly, you feel like a good mom again. Because let's be honest, how many more nights like last night can you afford to lose? You can't, right? So close your eyes and imagine all the good things. Your baby's sleeping 10, 12 hours. You're waking up rested and smiling. You're having calm mornings and you're focused at work. And most importantly, feeling like a good mom again. The reason why I want you to visualize this is because this is going to become your reality very soon. Now, you can open your eyes and answer me. If you had the things you just visualized, would it make a difference to your life? Yes. Send me a yes if you think it will. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, yes, yes, yes. I see a lot of questions also coming in. I would request you all to hold off on the questions because I would be answering them in a bit. Or you can keep them posting, but I would answer them in a bit. Yes, 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 yes. I had tears in my eyes thinking of it. How wonderful that be. Would that be? Me too. And that's exactly what I had felt when I thought this is totally impossible. And what had I signed up myself for? Because do you realize the impact of sleepless nights on your baby is in the form of physical growth, right? It may impact their ability to sit, stand, walk, so on and so forth. In fact, it can also impact their cognitive growth, right? All the brain development, which happens in the first 5 years, 80% of brain development, by the way, happens in the first 5 years. And in those 5 years, majority of growth and development comes from baby's sleep, right? That is the reason why we say sleep like a baby, or babies grow when they sleep, so on and so forth. Their speech, their ability to speak properly also comes from the fact that they are sleeping better. So, sleep is like your 80% secret quotient, which is responsible for the growth of your little one. Their temperament, you would notice that once your baby has not slept properly, they are very cranky, they are clingy to you, they are having increased tantrums, which obviously you are too exhausted for. And even their eating habits you may struggle with, like they are a picky eater, maybe they wouldn't want to try a new thing, they wouldn't want to feed at the right time, they would just snack on you every 2 minutes, they would want to come back and feed and not feed properly and then get cranky again, and you don't know what's going on. Or the worst of all, because of all of this going on, they start eating with the screen time, because as parents we are running short on patience. We're like, you know what, let's just do whatever is needed and get them into this loop, which of course becomes extremely difficult for your child, right? So let's understand that impact is that sleep supports brain and overall physical development for your child. However, a bigger cost, or the silent cost of sleepless night, also comes in the form of you and on you as a mother, right? Health, it impacts your health. You must be going through fatigues and headaches and all of that. Your work, probably, because you might have missed promotions, you might be like getting feedback which is so not you. You might also be feeling that, I don't know why I'm not just feeling that bond with my baby, because you're always sleep deprived, so you're just not really sure why this is going on, and you want to bond with your baby, you want to actually spend quality time and all of that, but you're not able to do that because you're so sleep deprived and so exhausted. Most of you mentioned it's 10 and I have tears in my eyes and so on and so forth, right? Your relationship, it may be suffering as well because you're not able to give time to your partner, to your friends, to your parents, maybe to your in-laws, and there may be like this unsaid tension going on that everybody is walking on eggshells. Nobody talks to me because I don't want to talk to anybody either, right? So these are essentially unsaid costs, but they are impacting your life in a really big way, because every night when you're wasting 3 to 4 hours of not sleeping, that is actually adding up to 120 hours every single month you're losing from your life. And why would you want to do that? Like, do you realize, or is this a realization that has just happened? How many of you agree with this? Send me a yes. Agree, agree, agree. Okay. Yes, I see a lot of yeses coming in. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, yes. Totally agree. Okay, okay. So great. So we are all on the same page in terms of this. And now you must be wondering, but hey, how do you know all of this? Like, you spoke exactly my mind, because I know all of this because sleepless nights, they took a toll on me too. I am now a mom of a 7-year-old. But back then, when my baby was sleeping barely 3 to 4 hours in a night, and that too not at a stretch, I went into postpartum depression. I missed deadlines. I lost a promotion at work, which I had worked so hard for, and everyone around me was just telling me it's normal. Like, what else do you expect motherhood to be like? And I was like, okay, I thought it's supposed to be beautiful. It's supposed to be the best form of love and all of that. And that made me feel broken, because I felt not only am I failing at work, at, missing deadlines, at my personal relationships, but I'm also feeling at motherhood because I did not get the drill. I was so exhausted. I was so broken until I learned sleep science and I learned the gentle way. So now, who am I? Who is Vinakshi? Well, I am somebody who was once an exhausted and overwhelmed mom, just like you. I had tried every hack that was available on internet, right? Google, Instagram tips, anything that I could get my hands on, I tried, and I am not ashamed to admit that I failed miserably. I also then discovered sleep science because I was like, there has to be a logic to this. And why is this so happening? And I was very worried that my baby's growth was getting impacted. So then I discovered sleep science. I trained myself in this and I got my own baby to sleep 10 to 12 hours gently using sleep science. I transferred my life and career in relationships, all of that, because I literally, my career took a 180-degree, change from there, because only I was able to fix my sleep. I was able to, you know, work the way I was meant to, right? And my relationship, of course, which was in doldrums, improved as well. Since then, I have helped over 1,000 moms reclaim sleep and joy in their lives, because I am not any other Instagram expert. I am a certified baby sleep and parenting coach. I've studied sleep science, I've studied child psychology, and that is why I know what I do. And that is why I have been able to create the baby sleep reset program, right? So my baby sleep reset, it helps babies go from waking every 30 minutes to sleeping for 10 to 12 hours every single night. Happy? Great. Are we on in there? Yes. Are we here? Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, great. Okay, okay, okay. I see a lot of you have joined in today, and I'm super excited to be sharing things over here with everybody. So be involved. Because the size of the room is so big, and if we do not see many people here responding and things, we may consider moving some people out so that we can get people in from the waiting room in the main room as well, right? So I will tell you why all of this has happened, and I would actually start with a very beautiful thing about my own life that happened not very far away, that happened very recently. By the way, I sleep trained my daughter when she was about 18 months old. And the biggest I would say concern most of the times we have is that, is this going to hurt my baby? Am I going to emotionally damage my baby? Am I going to do all of that? Because these are the common myths that surround there. It is always the case whenever you talk about mom's health, or yeah, postpartum health, so to say, somehow mother takes a back seat. It is always about the baby. Of course, baby should be at the center of every single thing, but hey, what about you? Have you realized, if you are not your 100%, you are not able to give your 100% to your baby, to your relationships around, which is what your baby is seeing as well. And then what do they grow up to? I was in that guilt too. Will I impact my bond? But went ahead, I took a decision. I studied sleep science, I implemented sleep science, and my daughter was perfectly sleeping within a few days for 10 to 12 hours every night. And the biggest concern that I had was, if I would break my bond with the baby. Now, you see, motherhood is the purest, most unconditional love. And I am so thankful to be a recipient of that. I would tell you what happened yesterday, day before actually. I've been very occupied in putting this information together for all of you and sharing all of this, right? I came home after a very busy, long day, right? And I was not able to spend a lot of my time with my daughter. I was worried she's probably feeling like, mama's not spending any time with me and all of that. And she's already slept, okay, and I went to her room to just check in. She was sleeping in my room that day actually. We co-sleep, if that is your concern also, that can we co-sleep and all of that. We still co-sleep many days. And I saw this really, really, really sweet note that she had left on my pillow, which said, my mama's grades in my work, A plus plus plus, but being a mama, A plus plus plus, infinity, hearts, infinity. You know, when I speak about this right now, I am tearing up a bit, because do you realize you are your baby's world? They just look up to you, and the amount of unconditional love that comes from them is, you would not find it anywhere else. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit emotional about this, but that is how strongly I feel about this relationship, the mom and child relationship, and you all must be feeling as well. So hey, you're not alone if you are thinking, oh my god, am I going to do this? Is this going to impact my baby? Is this going to have all of this? You are not alone, okay? You are all an A plus 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 infinity and heart infinity mothers to your little one. Give them the biggest hug and the cuddliest kiss, and move forward in the direction that you are able to invest in their health and in your well-being as well. uh, right, so this was something that I wanted to share, because even after doing all of this, I had a bit of mom guilt in this time, right? So release the mom guilt that you have. Say that I am a good mom even when I choose sleep. Today, I give myself permission to learn a gentle way, because a happy and rested mom is the best gift for her baby. Okay, so just take this as your sign to release that mom guilt that you have. Am I doing enough? Am I not doing enough? You are enough. You are doing enough. You're doing more than enough. And you're the best mother your child can ever have. So I would say, after you have released all this mom guilt, this session is for you if you care deeply about your baby's growth and well being. If you've tried everything but nothing has worked and you're ready for real solutions, right? Like, let's get out of all the Instagram hacks and stuff. You want your baby to sleep well, but you're scared of the cried out method. No cried outs here, okay? But you desire a happy, thriving parenting experience without constant exhaustion. And you want to set the right example for your child, and that happiness and self care is not selfish, right? You are all A plus plus infinity mothers to your child. However, this session is not for everybody, okay? This is definitely not for you if you're not willing to follow a holistic plan and stay consistent. Or you're looking for a quick fix. No quick fixes in here. You have to follow the plan, you have to implement the steps, and only then you can look at a lasting solution. And you're okay with sleepless nights because you're not ready to make a change, then definitely this is not for you. And you think that your baby will outgrow sleep struggles without structured guidance. That doesn't happen. Okay. Or you're not open to learning science backed step by step method. You're looking for some, again, can I start feeding my baby extra bottle of formula or some extra food? None of that is going to be taught over here. So if any of these applies to you, and I'm okay, like we are all okay to follow our judgment and priorities in life, or the way we want to deal with our little ones. But if this is you, this session may not be the best idea for you, and I would actually request you to just go ahead and drop out of this session, because this is not going to be helpful for you, and this is definitely not for you. Yeah, so if we have that clarity, are you all in, for everybody who's in there even now, are you all in for your baby's health and well-being, and ready to follow a sleep routine which is based on timing, a proper routine, and gentle steps? And who's not considering their baby as an experimentation lab, because you do not want to do any new experiments? It's your child. We are not looking at experimentation here. So if you're all in, I see a lot of thumbs up coming in, or a lot of yes coming in. Yes, I'm ready to follow. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, great. Thank you for giving me all of that confidence, because till now you have probably tried rocking and feeding until your body has given up. Yes. And even then, your nights are broken into 5 to 6 wakings every single time. You are probably spending hours online and trying every sleep hack, like I mentioned, right? Of extra bottle of formula, do this in the middle of the night, dream feed, X feed, Y feed, but nothing talking about how to fix it with science. Or you've probably taken advice from family that has left you feeling guilty and confused as well, because still your baby is not sleeping, and neither are you, right? So what you have tried so far hasn't worked, because every expert, blog, family member has told you something different, right? You've gotten hundred thousands of advices by now, and you're scared of sleep training or doing it in the scientific way, because you think it is only cry it out, and you don't know what else to try. You don't have a clear plan also that adapts as your baby grows, and because of all of this, you're left guessing alone in the night, because you don't know if what happens when your baby wakes up at the middle of the night. You don't know how to handle the night wakings, or how to put your baby to sleep. A lot of you times questions I get is, Binakshi, you mentioned that feeding we can, but then how else am I supposed to make the baby sleep? And that is exactly the questions you will get answered. Okay. So the truth is, you don't need to sacrifice health, bond, years of sleep to be a good mother. All you need is a proven guilt-free method that helps your baby sleep 10 to 12 hours every night, right? And will help you feel like yourself again. Therefore, since I am going to be sharing so much information with you, what I need from you is, give yourself these 90 minutes, silence all the notifications, stay till the end, because I'm going to reveal a lot of bonuses, and I promise I'll make this worth your time. This is what my one on one clients pay for. Okay, people pay me 50,000 and upwards to work with them one-on-one sessions. So just attend as if you've invested rupees 50,000 to attend this masterclass, because you're going to get a lot of eye openers and ideas. So by the end of this training, I'm going to show you exactly how I was able to get my baby to, and thousands of others, to sleep for 10 to 12 hours. I will share my exact step-by-step process so you get crystal clear on what you need to do next for your baby. And you will know exactly what you need to do to help your baby sleep peacefully through the night. Okay, great. So we would be talking about, towards the end, the baby sleep reset, which is your complete system for calm nights and happy mornings. And for everybody who stays with me till the end to invest in their baby's health and well-being, would also be unlocking exclusive bonuses which are not available anywhere else. Right? So let's move forward with one thing. So how many of you believe that if you get your baby to get very tired, they will sleep well at night? How many of you think that is true? Tell me a yes if you think it's true. Send me a no if you think that's not true. Okay, yes. Okay, yes, 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 yes. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Okay, there are a couple of no's coming in as well. My mother and mother-in-law, yes, 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 yes. Okay, okay. The fact is, an overtired baby does not sleep well. Okay, they actually have more trouble falling asleep because their bodies have now started producing cortisol. What is cortisol? Cortisol is your stress hormone, the same hormone that got me postpartum depression. Okay, so cortisol is not good for your baby. We should not have the baby get overtired, because they are definitely going to have bigger trouble in falling asleep. Second one, how many of you believe or have been told that babies start sleeping well once they start solids? Again, how do I know all of this? Because after working with over 1,500 people now, as we count, I have been told this over and over again, because that's what they said. Yes, 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 maybe, yes, 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 yes. Okay, there's some no also coming in. Okay, I don't know, maybe, yes, yes. So we are more towards maybe and yes. The fact is, the fact is, babies start sleeping well when they learn how to start sleeping well, right? Solids are for their nourishment, for their nutrients and everything, but that has no connection with they will automatically start sleeping well. That's totally not connected, because if that was true, there are so many 9 months, 18 months, 10 months, 9.5, 8, 7 months, so on and so forth. So many babies, even in this room, whose babies are not sleeping well and they are all on solids. Why are they still not? I believed this too. Believe me, I waited and waited. And then another one, I was told their baby will start sleeping well when they turn 1 year old. I believe that too. And now I'm thinking, why did I do that? Because then I did not know that there is science behind this, right? So if you believe all of this, these are all myths. Forget all of this. We have to follow science and a step-by-step method, right? Because an overtired baby, like I said, is not a good idea. They would have a lot of trouble falling asleep. That is why you must ensure that they do not get overtired, right? So most babies, they show a yawn, a sleepy yawn, actually 15 to 20 minutes before they are overtired. A lot of time, the biggest mistake we do is, we are, when we realize, okay, now the baby started yawning and things, and now he's scratching the head and things like that, or started crying, that is when we go and now start to put the baby to sleep. The problem over here is that baby's already entered the overtired zone and is making it difficult for him to fall asleep, which is why you would just keep rocking, keep feeding, keep doing anything that you want, but the baby is not sleeping. So you should try spotting this cue. You would understand that, okay, this happens and then this much happens, and then you should be able to get your baby to sleep. Okay, perfect. We also have, by the way, an overtiredness guide, which I can give you an access to if you're all here till the end, and that is also going to clear out a lot of your doubts regarding how to avoid overtiredness. Okay, so let's learn my exact three-step method that helps babies sleep 10 to 12 hours consistently. And there are three steps to this. The first is the mindset shift. Everything starts with the mindset shift, right? I started believing my baby will sleep better when solids or at 1 year and things like that. But that belief in the first place has to go away, right? And then how do we do the complete rhythm reset? Our bodies are scientifically created, right? And not as a trial and error lab. So there is a science behind why and how the body responds to certain things, and we should be doing that rhythm reset. And then there everybody, even then, like, even though we all work with science, but we are all unique individuals, right? So something that works for me may not work for you. I need to lose 5 kgs and you also need to lose 5 kgs. We are both on same diet plan. I may be end up gaining 1 more kg and you are losing all the weight that you have, right? So everybody is different, and that is why personalization is so important, especially in case of baby. So are we there? Great. Now that we've understood the three steps, let me actually walk you through in detail about what these three steps are. Yes, how many of you are excited to get there? When the baby is, we will talk about the questions as well. I see a lot of questions coming in, so let's talk about things in detail in a step by step manner so that we can get started. Right? So, okay. Now, the first and foremost, like I mentioned, is the mindset shift, right? Because the biggest myth till now that exists is that sleep training is all about crying it out. However, there are gentle attachment, safe sleep build, trusts, connection based processes that exist. And that is why a rested mom should not be like something that you've not heard of, but a rested mom is a reality because she's more present, more loving, and more patient, right? So let's get into details of what are we talking about. So right now, like I mentioned, we are made to believe that sleepless nights are a part and parcel of motherhood. Your baby is probably not sleeping. Because you believe sleep training is cry it out, you're not doing anything about making those rhythm resets, etc. And your baby is needing to be rocked and fed to settle down because you are feeling self-care is selfish. So you are just giving and giving and giving. But hey, you cannot give from an empty cup. Always remember that, right? So I want us to know what is the solution for this, right? The solution essentially is that first understand and believe that peaceful nights are possible. Babies are supposed to sleep well to grow, and it is not the other way around that don't sleep at all, right? Because sleep fuels their growth and brain development. There are gentle methods which teach contact weaning, so on and so forth, because we never do CIO. And your solution should be that baby should drift to sleep calmly with your reassurance. Now, what happens essentially is, why is your baby waking up multiple times at night, for instance, right? See, you sleep on your bed. Okay, you sleep on your bed. We all sleep in sleep cycles. Babies sleep in sleep cycles as well. Now, you sleep on your bed, and then when you're bridging your sleep cycle to turn over, to pull the sheet over you, to use the washroom, whatever, right? And you realize instead of being on the bed, you've now opened your eyes and you are in your balcony. What would you do? Are you going to be like, okay, never mind, I should just continue to sleep? Or even like, what are you going to do? You are going to get startled as well, like what just happened, right? And you would come back to your bed, and that is where you will sleep again. And even then your mind would be working, what if somebody again pushes me towards the balcony, and so on and so forth. That's exactly what's happening with your child. Your baby is sleeping while being fed, while being rocked, while being held, while being on their shoulder. And then when they're bridging these sleep cycles, which are much shorter than an adult sleep cycle, between 45 minutes to 2 hours, depending depending on the age, they are looking for the same association to go back to sleep. So what they need is to drift into sleep calmly by themselves with your reassurance, of course, right? And that is how they would learn to bridge the sleep cycles. Yes, yes. Does it make sense? Yes, yes. Okay, yes. Okay, okay. Great. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Keep participating and keep sending those questions because I am going to be taking your specific questions as well. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, great, great. Understand, a rested mother equals a happy baby. And we are all here because we want a happy child as much as whatever we say about we should focus on ourselves as well. But if it was only about fixing your sleep, you would not have come here. You have come here because you want to fix your child's sleep, right? And you would be able to get to that point when you fix your child's sleep, you fix your sleep, and then you are able to pour in their development, in their growth, right? So have this understanding very clear that your child needs sleep, they can sleep, and all they need is a way for them to drift to sleep calmly with your reassurance so that they are able to bridge their sleep cycles. With me on that? Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. 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 Karishma, I'll answer that question. I'll answer that question. I am telling this to you just so you know that I am looking at these questions as well. Just 1 second. Okay, great. Can you see my screen again? Okay, great. This has been fixed because, as is the case with Saundarya, right? She did not sleep train for 18 long months and they were struggling, a working mother, because she believed the friend and family, the same friend and family, that it would impact the child parent bonding. However, we realized that it is not cried out at all. I had slept properly after 18 months. So this works. The mindset shift that I'm talking to you about, it works, and it has worked with everybody because we need to first understand why it is happening. You cannot just solve a problem. Okay, now let's just go ahead and solve the problem. But what is it that you're looking to solve? You have to get to the first principle of it, right? Get to the bottom of it and then answer solve that problem at the foundational level. You cannot build a house on a weak foundation, right? Or Neha, who's also talking about how she slept for the first time in a long time and had 2 hours of talk and meal in peace, right? Okay, great. So the first step that we learned about mindset shift was that we are talking about having the right sleep pressure and circadian rhythm. Okay, and then help them with our reassurance or a soothing loop to get them to sleep. Essentially, within age appropriate wake windows, we would identify. We learned about overtiredness, but what about undertiredness? An undertired baby is not going to sleep as well. So, all of you who are saying that my baby keeps waking up at the 30th minute mark at during nap is because your baby is mostly overtired, right? And also there are other factors like your improper sleep environment or their ability to not bridge their sleep cycles. So we have to create an age appropriate sleep pressure that works as per circadian rhythm and then create a soothing loop so they are able to drift to sleep by themselves, right? Okay, great. So now that we've covered this point, let's move to the second one, which talks about the rhythm reset. This is the real science that we are going to speak about. I mean, some element of it through the soothing loop, through the circadian rhythm, we have already covered. But I want you to know that maybe at this point, your nights are chaotic your bedtime is taking forever. It's like, you don't know how long is tonight going to take. You are probably even anxious about bedtime approaching. There are very short unpredictable naps. Sometimes it's 30 minutes, sometimes it's 40 minutes, sometimes it's 50 minutes. You don't know. And sometimes your baby may also sleep for 1.5 hours. If you sleep next to the baby, maybe they would sleep, or they will keep, because they keep feeding and so on and so forth, right? Or maybe your baby is only sleeping on you. Sleeping on you means, it could also be while feeding, while holding. That is what sleeping on you is. If this is what your current situation looks like, that your baby is also waking up often to feed and everything, what we need to understand essentially is that we first have to build a steady daily rhythm. Okay, babies thrive on consistency. They do not have the gray matter like adults to understand that, okay, fine, today now I can do this because it is 1 o'clock, I should go to sleep, because it is 9 in the night, I should go to sleep. No, we need to have a steady daily rhythm so that their circadian rhythm, which we talked about in the first point, gets built up. Okay, we all function on circadian rhythm, by the way, right? But it starts from babies at around 3 to 4 month mark, and we should actually build up on that. And then we should have a calming bedtime ritual, because look, all your baby needs is to know that, okay, this happens, then this happens, then this happens, in a calm, less anxious note. And it can only happen when you are actually having a set plan to do that, right? If you are anxious yourself, you won't be able to do a calming bedtime ritual, because, oh my god, I don't know, I don't have a plan, what am I supposed to do? It's already 8 o'clock, it's already 9 o'clock, it's 10:30, I should put my baby to sleep. He's feeding right now, or he's probably playing with his grandparents right now, or with father, or even you, and now you're suddenly expecting him to go to sleep, and then there's a big mess going on. So you need to have a calming bedtime ritual, because remember, babies cannot sleep properly when they have cortisol build up in their bodies. Cortisol makes them over active, over anxious, over, like, you would think there's no way this baby is going to sleep right now. So you need to have a calming bedtime ritual to get that cortisol levels down, to build up the melatonin production. Melatonin is your sleepy hormone, and that is how they get to sleep. We would also need predictable nap blocks, right? It cannot be that one day your baby is sleeping at 10 in the morning, the next day at 11:30 because your malish wali came late, or you were in a meeting, or so on and so forth. You have to have predictable nap blocks, because you need to plan your day as well, right? The baby will get in that circadian rhythm and things, extremely important, but you need to plan your day as well for this, right? So we need predictable nap blocks, so that you know exactly how the day is going to structure or look like, right? And you have to teach your baby to sleep without feeding and constant rocking. That cannot happen, because if you do, then the same thing is going to happen, because the baby is looking for the same comfort or the same association to go to sleep, because they believe they can only sleep when they are rocked and fed to sleep, right? Now, somebody asked me this question about a feed, right? What if my baby is hungry, and how do we know, how can they sleep without being hungry and things? Everything, like I said, is personalized and age appropriate. Of course, if your baby needs a feed, which essentially happens till about 5 6 months mark, or till they have reached the 80 percentile in terms of their growth, right, in terms of weight, then we will keep one feed on purpose, so that they get longer stretches of sleep, right? But how do you know? How the next question that really comes is, how do you know if this is a feed related waking, or it is a normal waking, right? What is that timing that is going to look like? What should we do if it is not a, a feed related waking, and things, right? So that is the reason why we need the third pointer that we are going to talk about personalizing this roadmap, because these are your foundations, and then the fine tuning is needed for babies to get to that point that, okay, this baby needs a wake window of say 2 hours. I would give you an example, right? Very recently I was working with an 8-month-old child and another 6-month-old baby on my one-on-one private program. Okay, Now, what happened was the 6-month-old baby actually needed a 2.5 hour wake window, and the 8-month-old baby who kept waking every 30 minutes, and we did every correction and stuff. And the first change I wanted to do was pull your bedtime wake window down a little bit to 2 hours. Parents were, of course, like, because they were doctors as well, they were like, no, he wouldn't sleep because I know that he just doesn't feel sleepy at all, even at 3 hour mark, and you're saying get it down to 2 hours. And we did, and we still did that. Imagine, like, 6 months also doing a longer wake window, 8 months doing a shorter wake window. And magic, 3 days again, the 30-minute cat nap which he was doing for all of his 8 months stopped. The first day we were at about 50 minutes or so. The second day he learned to bridge a little bit longer, so we reached 1 hour 15 minutes, and since then he's been on solid 1 hour 15 to 1 hour 30 minutes mark. All right, so every baby is different, and we need to make those adjustments to those changes to get to that point. Yes, yes, how many yeses in there? Yes, 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 thank you. Yes, sure, Karishma. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, perfect. So now we will talk about the most important aspect as well. Actually, it works holistically, so everything is equally important, I would say. Let's talk about personalization. But before we get there, I also wanted to show you something on this. Mhm. The exact step-by-step method that you will need. Okay. So the first and foremost thing that we need is you need to start assessing instead of guessing. Okay. Exactly understand. Okay. This happens. This is how my baby reacts during this time. This is how my baby reacts at this time. This is when I have noticed, certain things happen. Then you will have to adjust your wake windows accordingly. That is what the calibrate the clock means. Then you will have to build a calming runway, meaning have a set of things that this happens, a kind of a nap time routine and a bedtime routine, right? So that you're not struggling every day. Okay, my God, what am I supposed to do now? What do you mean by calming bedtime routine and things? And then we will be changing the sleep association. If your baby is too dependent on feeding to sleep, of course you have to change that sleep association, because that is why he or she is waking up every hour, every 30 minutes. We will still protect the feed, and fix the pattern. So if a feed is needed, then the feed will be given. But if the feed is not needed, of course we can just remove the feed altogether, right? We will be in all this optimizing the environment, because cortisol, right? We do not want, because of environment, because of excessive lights and sounds and activities happening around him, or cortisol levels in parents going up and down, the baby gets anxious and builds up cortisol as well. We will actually have to holistically fix this loop and commit to the process for 2 to 3 weeks for us to get to this point. It takes a minimum of 21 days in adults to build those habits. In babies it takes between 2 to 3 weeks. Each baby again is different, so that is why we would need those changes as well. Right. So that is your point number two about having the rhythm reset. Any questions? Drop in your questions to me for that. We'll take a quick 1 minute water break, and we will talk about personalized roadmap, right? Just a quick 1 minute water break. Thank you. Okay, I do see a few questions in here. Let me actually answer a couple of these. Not sleeping in daytime, crying to sleep but not sleeping. So the chances are your baby is in overtired zone. That is why he's not able to sleep properly. So we will have to fix this exact method that I just spoke to you about. Fix the environment, fix the schedule, and fix your sleep association as well. at least 30 to 60 minutes before falling asleep, he's crying. Exactly what we just spoke about as well, Purnima. I hope that has answered your question too. I see a lot of those questions. Finds it how to change the sleep association to sleep by baby seldom works. Work, he finds difficult to sleep in afternoon. I did this change you posted, and I've seen just sleeps for 15 minutes to make sleep. Yes. Okay. Okay. How to change the sleep association? That's the quintessential question. The how, see, one thing you have to understand, you've built a habit over a very long period of time. So the minute you have this attitude of I tried it for some time and then it didn't work. I tried it for some time. We are not doing trial and errors here. How a feed to sleep association will break for you is going to look very different from how a feed to sleep association will break for someone else, which is why I am going to cover this in personalized roadmap right now. uh, that gets us to this, because chances are till now you've tried everything, right? All Google hacks, all Instagram reels, all endless trial and error. But trial and error, sometimes it has worked, sometimes it has not worked, because you are overwhelmed by advice. You just don't know what is the right thing that you need to do, because you it's like if your baby has fever or you have fever, right? What are you going to do? Are you going to ask people around that what am I supposed to do for my baby, what am I supposed to do, right? And then give something. No, you wouldn't do that, right? You would go to a doctor to find the solution, follow a plan, and if, for instance, it does not work, then change the plan, because your baby needs a different medicine plan. It's as simple as that. That is what science is, right? So do not get overwhelmed by advice and keep second guessing yourself that okay, I've done this already, I have done this, you made little bit progress. I think some of you have also mentioned this, but then all the progress that you made, it went away with regression, right? The dreaded sleep regression, which we read about and we are so scared about. But you know what, sleep regression are very important. How many of you hate me for saying that? I know you wouldn't like me saying it, but guess what? Sleep regressions are actually progressions. They show that your baby is actually progressing as per their developmental chart, as per their milestones, as per, how they are supposed to be. They are growing healthy, they are growing up fine, and which is why the regressions happen. It is a normal part of their growing. Okay, now consider yourself again. You are going to go for, somebody asked me about travel, right? So travel, you are going on a travel. How are you a couple of days before the travel and anxious, packing bhi karna hai, tickets are done or not? If you're traveling internationally, then visa is in place, passport is in place, all documents there, hotel booked, taxi booked, XYZ done, nanny's tickets done, all of that you have to sort it out, right? You're not able to sleep properly even a couple of days before that, or maybe a week before that. The reason is there's so much going on in your mind, and the same thing's happening for your child. When they are like learning a new skill, like they are starting to stand up or rolling over, they so much going on in their mind, and these are the skills that you can see from outside. Imagine all the cognitive development that's happening as well, right? They are growing, they are figuring out their hands, they are seeing their legs, they are oh wonderful, I can now roll over, all of that. And they are constantly wanting to practice this, they are constantly wanting to do things, and you don't know, you're like, okay, gone. Why did this have to happen? But hey, it had to happen because your baby is growing healthy. But what you did not have to happen was, you did not have to not have a plan on how to handle this. So which is why you need a clear step by step plan, that okay, this happens, then this happens, then this happens, right? Exactly in a structured way, like I just laid it out for you. But consider that each baby is different. So if you have a feeding association, it has to be dealt with differently. If you have a rocking association, it has to be dealt with differently. I'm working with somebody who has an association of jumping on the yoga ball, for instance, right? How unsafe is that? So that has to be dealt with in a different manner. There are babies who are just taken on around in the car to make them sleep. That has to be dealt with differently. So your baby is not a lab. All right, so don't do these trials and errors and gimmicks that you're hearing. Follow a structured step by step plan. Okay, this happens, then if this happens, this is how I'm supposed to be responding it with. If this happens, then this is how I'm supposed to be responding. You need reset tools. What happens, like regression happens, what are you supposed to do? You need to know how you have to respond to those regressions as well, right? You need to know how you need, if you have to travel, what are you supposed to do during travels as well? So those are the actual things, the things that happen in real life. These are not some random stuff that is going on and it may not happen. 80% of the time your life will be like you are right now, everything at home, doing this, but those 20% of the time are also going to happen, right? When travel will happen, when your work travel will happen, when regression will happen, when sickness will happen, early morning wakings will start happening, so nap transitions will happen from 3 to 2, 2 to 1, 1 to, what is your plan? You need to have a plan because that is going to be your reality. And the unfortunate truth is that because of those 20% of the times, we end up messing with this 80% also because you don't have a plan, right? Which is why you need quick reset tools to help you understand how you should deal with each of these actual stages that are going to come in your baby's life, right? With co-regulation and trust practice, right? We are not going to talk about self-soothing with this, that, all of that from the word go. First, teach them to co-regulate. What is co-regulate? Go to drift, drift peacefully to sleep with your presence first, right? And then gradually we will do the contact weaning so they understand that this is a safe practice and safe independence. You're getting them so used to like hugging and cuddling them to sleep, and suddenly if we expect, of course there are parents who are like, you know what, I only have a week, Meenakshi, can we fix it because next week I'm going to be going to work, and they come to me and they are given a different plan because they are okay with it, right? So every person, every baby, every family is different, and your plan has to work for your family, for your baby. And are we okay with that? Does everybody agree with me on this? Send me a yes. Yes, yes. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. She'll become okay. Okay. Great. Great. Thank you. This lot is super interactive, and I'm happy to answer so many questions over here as well. Let's take a couple of more questions. Is fix the morning naps? Of course. Yes, Abhinaya. If your morning naps are a mess, your night sleep is going to be messier. Okay, that is the first point we covered, that if you are not going to have, if you're going to have an overtired baby, we are in for trouble. We cannot expect the baby to sleep well. Right. I would be taking some more questions in a bit. We have certain things, and I also need the same ritual. We may need a smaller version of routine over there. I did see something coming up there, right? So a smaller version is okay as well. Uh, Wait, let me see. Is the due to network issue? I have a fixed. Yes, so the reason why your nights are still messy, even though you have a daytime schedule, so to say, in place, because sleep needs to be fixed holistically. Just because you have one factor, and if you have the other thing still going wrong, then it is not going to work. Okay, there are many more questions coming in. I would handle them in just a bit. Let's keep moving forward. Okay. So everything that we learned, imagine if you're able to do this, follow this, wouldn't it be all of 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks? Because that is the time you need to give. If you're looking for something in 2 days, I am sorry to break the bubble again. It may or may not happen. It has happened, but you should be willing to make those changes for 2 days, 3 days as well. Right? So, how would your life be if this happened to you? Great. Okay. Okay. So today we learned that we are able to fix sleep by having the mindset shift, which is to understand that sleep works on science, most importantly, right? Which is a three-factor thing: your soothing loops, your circadian rhythm, your sleep pressure, and soothing loop. Then you have to biologically reset it as per the science. How do you put that science to action? In a step-by-step manner: assess, don't guess, calibrate the clock, have a calming runway to sleep, then break the sleep association, handle the night wakings appropriately, and a soothing environment as well. And then just knowing science is not enough, then you have to personalize for your little one as well. Right? So, like I was saying, even though we've learned all this, unfortunately, knowledge does not guarantee results. Correct? Because you have tried hacks before and still there was no sleep, right? And what has happened is that trial and error has resulted in all the burnout that you're having right now. Some of you said at the start, I have tears in my eyes even when I think about my baby sleeping 12 hours at night, 10 to 12 hours at night. Because what you need is system, and system is better than hacks, like a step by step clear roadmap for you to know what you need to do, and then having the right hand holding and feedback that, okay, you said this, I implemented this, however this happened, so what do you think I should be doing? And then you have to be given the right feedback, the right support, so that you're able to make those changes as well and then implement it for your little one, right? With safety, child safety paramount. Somebody asked me yesterday on Instagram that do you are you against co-sleeping? And I was like, you know what, I'm not against any parenting thing, I'm only against unsafe sleeping practice. As long as you're ensuring that your baby is in a safe sleeping spot, we are good, because we need to give them not just a physical safety, a mental safety as well, for them to know that they are safe, and a structure. Because you cannot, when you are thrown at a plan just like that, right, a guest coming over to your house, are you happy to entertain them? Not many of us, let's be honest. Right? So, how do you expect your baby to be thrown into a new setup just because you read it online and expect them to follow through? They need a structure and consistency so that they are able to understand and follow through the plan. We're working with a child, a very small baby. How do you expect them to respond in a way that even adults don't? So, system is always going to be better than hacks. Because let's be honest, sleep deprivation is expensive. Yeah, you're losing 3 to 4 hours every night on sleep, which is equaling to 120 hours or so lost every single month. Now you put your max, even if you're worth 500 rupees per hour, it goes up to more than 60,000 rupees, I think. Your focus at work, your patience with your baby and your husband, maybe, and your parents and your in laws, and your growth and your baby's growth, everything is disappearing, right? So, sleep deprivation, you should consider resolving very, very seriously. Now that we've known all of this, what now? Now what? What is it that you would want to do? Well, if you're serious about your baby's growth and well being, you're going to need some help, right? To get your baby to sleep 10 to 12 hours. Like I said, you need a system. And how would you know that you need help? By answering these questions for yourself. Because do you know how to set right age wake windows? I can answer some of these questions here, but it is not just about the right wake windows or exact bedtime or about the routine or about awake but calmness or when that night feed has to happen. Do you know how to use the settling ladder or how to do the contact weaning or decide when to pick them up or to comfort in crib? Do you also know how to cap the last nap or go from 3 to 2 naps, or how to change when your naps are like 30 minutes on repeat? Right, there's so many questions going on. What's your plan? A lot of you asked, what do we do when travel happens or there's some illness episode or your baby is probably in daycare or you have a joint family, a noisy house? What are you supposed to do? Or troubleshoot when early morning happening wake ups are happening, or there are split nights, which is your babies up for 2 hours in the middle of the night at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, till about 4:30. What are you supposed to do? That's exactly what Sundaria's baby was going through. Or there are again sudden regressions. What is your reset plan so that you get back on track? Or if you don't see any progress because it's a baby, right? Even if you've like done the maths, what do you do if it does not move forward? So do you have questions to these answers? Please be honest and tell me how many of those questions were you able to comfortably answer, confidently answer. Between 0 to 3, or you were between 4 to 7, that you knew some of them, or you think you need a system, or you want coaching to go faster. So tell me, how many of those questions were you able to answer? 0 to 3, 4 to 7, 7, 0 to 3, 0 to 3, 0 to 3. Okay, okay. So most of us are doing the guesswork over here, right? Most of us are doing the guesswork over here. I am sorry to know that, Priya, that you lost the entire night. And unfortunately, that is the reality for most of you who are here. I have been there too, right? So I know exactly how difficult it is to sustain and survive. If you don't have answer to these things, then the answer is to work with somebody who does, right? So at this point you have two choices. You can keep doing what you're doing, keep guessing, keep struggling, be happy with sleepless nights in the hope that it may change someday, or do it right the first time around in the easy way, right? Being guided by somebody who has already done it successfully. So, which one would you prefer? Send me a 1 or a 2. What is, because if you are number 1, I would request you to again drop off right away. But I'll see a lot of you are saying 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Great. So since you are number 2, how do you decide whom should you work with? Right? You don't need to choose me to help you. You can choose anybody, but if you're going to choose somebody, I would give you certain things to consider so that it'll help you, right? The first is credentials and method. We are not talking about experts. We have to talk about actual certified, evidence based, attachment safe, professionals. Just like you wouldn't consider anybody a doctor. A personalization, because your baby is different and needs personalization, which is as per your baby's age, as per the temperament of your baby, and should adapt to all the co-sleeping, daycare, joint family setups. You get the right support and accountability through live Q&As. Response times are there, that okay, tomorrow at this hour I will get an answer, and so on and so forth. There are reviews, your personalized reviews that are happening, and step by step milestones are given to you, that within the first week, let's conquer A and B, and then in the second week we'll conquer C, and then by the third week we'll tighten things up, and then you're sorted, right? And you have real case studies, which are measurable timelines, testimonials that you can verify, plus resilience in real life. Because remember, I told you life is going to happen. You need a rapid reset plan, so that what is your plan when actually your baby is suddenly waking up in the middle of the night through regression, or your baby is fully sleep trained now, but now again started to wake up. You don't know what you're needing to do, right? Or your baby is outgrown a certain age, from 9-month baby becoming 12-month will need a different schedule. What are you supposed to do during those times? And most importantly, and this is true for anything that you do in your life, it should fit your values, right? Give you the safety, most important, mental safety, plus it should fit your respect your parenting goals, pediatric alignment, and have clear ethics and boundaries. I cannot be too that you should not be feeding your baby in the middle of the night. Excuse me, that is not true, right? So it has to fit your values and also give you the mental safety. The reason why I'm saying this is because these are the standards I hold myself to for my clients in my coaching program. Because the purpose of the program, again, very clear, no fluff. Your baby should start sleeping 10 to 12 hours at night. Attachment safe plan works for your baby's age, temperament, and routine. Now, if you are interested in having your baby sleep through the night for 10 to 12 hours consistently, what you need is these three steps, nothing more. Clarity, meaning a step by step plan. This is what is needed. The first step, second step, third step, first night, second night, third night. Personalization, because it has to be fine tuned to make it for your baby. And the support, like, you, even when you have all of the details available, you will still have certain questions. You will still have things that you need to, like a doctor, right? You would need to go back, okay, now what am I supposed to do? Or a fitness expert, what am I supposed to do? So that support, so that you're not alone in this journey, there is expert guidance and resources that is available whenever you need that reassurance, right? Which is why, here's how I can help. If I have your permission, I would want to tell you how I can help. Please send me a yes. Yes, when I get at least a 50 yeses, I'm going to go forward and tell you how I can exactly help you in a step by step manner. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, thank you. I need some more. Yes, yes. Okay, great, great. Thank you, everybody. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, great, great. So, presenting to you our baby sleep reset. It is a very easy to follow plan which will help you get to 10 to 12 hours within 2 to 3 weeks once you follow it the way it's supposed to be, right? There are step by step video lessons for your age, so that these are very micro lessons given to you, because I know you are working mothers or moms at home also, you wouldn't have time to go through longer lectures and stuff. We want you to consume the information and then implement it, which is why we've given it to you in a manner that do this first and then you do it and then you implement it, and so on and so forth. While you implement, you will also be given a personalized roadmap along with it. So you will do the basics, the foundation, and then we will strengthen it up with a personalized roadmap, meaning you will be given a personalized intake form for your child, which you have to fill, a personalized sleep plan for your baby, along with a video review of exact changes that you need to do will be given to you, right? So that is how we will personalize it. And every single day for 2 weeks you will get support calls. So every day in the morning at 11, and then in the evening you can join us to ask your specific question with your tracker. We will also be giving you a personalized tracker for your baby, which you have to keep updating, so that we can track the progress, we can see the trends, and give you guidance on what needs to be changed. So how you are constantly still seeing 30 minutes nap, how can we change that? How you are still having 5 wake ups at night even though earlier was 8, how do we get to the next point of having a little longer stretches from 2 to 3 hours to 5 to 6 hours, and then eventually to that? Because progress is not going to be on the night 100%. Progress is going to be in a step by step manner. Let's understand that. Okay, I know this thing that you need that support. Okay, so we will be giving you that support as well. What you will get is faster, peaceful nights in easiest possible way, so that there is no more time wasted or money wasted, more certainty, 100% certainty of success, nothing to lose, everything to gain, essentially. So the premium experience, essentially the age-wise sleep playbook, all the videos and everything, they come at 18,000 rupees as of now if you go on my Stan store. But I'm going to give you a super exciting deal because this is not what it is. Uh, we are going to give you a personalized sleep plan review, a 10 to 15-minute video review of your intake form, show you exactly what to change tonight, and you can watch it anytime, so that you don't forget something that has happened in life. You will also get still live Zoom support where you can ask, adjust, and stay consistent. Right? Then two fine tuning calls. Not only do you get just daily support in like a group setup, you will also get fine tuning for one on one calls as well. That, okay, now specifically you will be speaking one on one. Okay, I've done all these changes which were suggested during this week. So for you, say Meenakshi, the focus for you this week is going to be ABC things. Focus on that. And then we meet again, and that is how you would get like an exact one-on-one session plus support, so that you're able to move from point A to point B in a very consistent manner and knowing the results as well. So all of this in total, the actual cost, if we put to it, like I showed you, is 50,000 rupees. But that is not what we are going to pay, right? Tonight was the third night. Somebody said after implementing everything, my baby slept 12 hours without a feed. This baby is, by the way, 5.5 months old. For somebody who was asking, how long is it? What if my baby is hungry and stuff, right? So you also get a regression guide, all the questions that you had on what if a regression happens. We will give you a sleep regression guide that will tell you exactly what happens in each of these regressions and how should you handle each of these regressions as well, for you, absolutely free. It is sold for 5,000 on my website, but we are giving away absolutely free to you as a part of masterclass bonus. uh, it happened only since I started sharing with you, Meenakshi. You have brought those positive vibes for her. Otherwise, since past 7, 8 days, things were not going good. In addition, you also get nap transition guide. How do you transition from, remember, right now at maybe 9 months, your baby is on 2 months, but then at 12 to 14 months, they would move to one nap. How do you do the transition? There are a lot of very young babies in here. So how do you do those transition from 4 naps to 3 naps, 3 naps to 2 naps? All of that exclusively available for you for free as a part of the entire package. She wake up happy, had formula milk for the first time in morning today from bottle. So absolutely, I am also happier, Meenakshi. What you also get is early morning. How lot of you, I was seeing the question, my baby keeps waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning, and this is exactly the Bible that you need to fix those 4 to 5 a.m. wake ups, absolutely for free, otherwise sold for 3,000. Earlier, I knew if she woke up at 6:30 also, she's not going to go back to sleep. But today, when she woke up, I knew she will put herself back to sleep. The travel sleep kit. I also saw a lot of questions coming on travel, right? How do we fix? What do we do? So you also get a travel sleep toolkit. How do you handle during the travel, after you come back from the travel? All of that for you for free as a part of this masterclass bonus. Even though it's a new place, there's not much crying or resistance to sleep, which I am glad, right? So all of that available to you if you are ready to join our Supermom Club. Yes? Who's ready to join our Supermom Club? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, great, 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 great. Thank you. So you will actually be sleeping through the night within 2 weeks. And if you want more, that's not all. I have more for you. You also get access to our private social community for a lifetime, right? So anytime you have any questions, you can post in there, and the community get community driven answers where the moderators, the sleep coaches, everybody is there. They would be able to answer yours for free, absolutely. And consider this community not just for sleep, everything related to your, like, an entire group of people who are dealing with younger children, working mothers, networking, so on and so forth, all of that for you for free. I wanted to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude for your support last night. I'm so glad I could find you guys, made it better for me. This helps my postpartum way too much. And that is not all, because I want to give you some more. Not only do you get 2 weeks of support with the senior sleep mentors, you also get weekly live Q&A directly with me, which the clients I have showed you pay me a lot of money for, absolutely free. And I couldn't even put a value to it, because you are going to get my brain completely, whatever is needed to get your baby to sleep better. So if you have to total all of this, the masterclass only bonuses, you get a sleep regression guide, a nap transition guide, an early morning waking fix, a travel sleep toolkit, access to private social community, weekly live Q&A with me, all of this for you to keep, because this is the result what I am rooting for you. She went to bed at 8 p.m. and I had to wake her up at 7:30. Nothing in between. She didn't even wake up crying, whining, screaming, nothing. Pin drop silence. How exciting would this be if you achieve it? This is our rating on all across platforms, a consistent 4.9 rating. Reached out to sleep crafters, 21-month-old, waking up 6 to 7 times within a span of 3 to 4 days, sleeping through the night. These are real people. So if you think that, it may or may not work for my baby, these are real people, because they took decision and they were able to get to the point. Now you must be thinking, okay, this is too good to be true. And why are you doing this, Meenakshi? Well, I am doing this because I was once exactly where you are. You remember my postpartum depression episode and the fact that I felt consistently guilty about it. However, because I discovered something that changed everything, I am willing to share that with you. Of course, at that time, I was terrified too, because I felt, what if this also failed? But it did not fail. And my baby started sleeping 10 to 12 hours. And you know why that happened? Because I took a decision on that day. I did not want my next 18 months to look like my last 18 months. And what I did in 18 months, you can do it within 2 weeks. I spent lakhs of rupees in getting myself certified. Heck, I even sleep trained my child before I certified myself through somebody in US on a one-on-one program, and I paid 80,000 rupees in that program at that point in time. But our babies in Indian setup, they need something different, and which is why I studied sleep science and I made tweaks to make it work for babies in our country. Because my mission is not just to fix your sleep. My mission is more broad. I want to transform postpartum productivity. I don't want any of us to lose that promotion that we have worked so hard on. And I want all of us to have that happy, thriving parenting experience, so that our babies rate us A plus plus infinity and all the hearts. Saujanya says that highly recommend Meenakshi as a sleep coach, because at first it felt like an uphill battle, but with her encouragement and right approach, we saw real progress. So grateful for Meenakshi's expertise and unwavering support. So your premium experience, which is your step-by-step, age-wise video lessons, personalized sleep plan review, daily drop-in coaching, 2 fine-tuning calls, which is worth 50,000, plus your exclusive masterclass bonus, which is worth easily over 40,000, right, is totally for you for free today, is coming at a cost of 75,000. This is the total value of the program. However, the regular price on website will be 24,999, because I have only been doing one-on-one programs till now. This is something because you remember I said I want to transform postpartum productivity, and I want to reach more number of people, which is why I have decided to sell it at 24,999. However, in our launch offer, we sold it at 16,999. just the last couple of weeks. We have been launching it very silently to a small group of people at 16,999. But today, because you're here, I was planning to give a special promo offer just for 9999, a total value of 75,000 coming to you at just 9999. But hang on, do you want an even better deal? Because I have got you covered. I want to make this totally non you shouldn't be questioning that at all. For the next 15 minutes, I would actually be launching this at not 75, not 24,999, not even 16,999 or 9999. I am going to give you a special code. A special page has only been created for now, which you get all of these things for just 6,999. That's right. That's all you have to pay if you are actually paying in the next 15 minutes. How excited are you to know that? Yes, yes, yes. So while my team and I would be answering some of your questions, this is the link that you can go ahead and pay at. Right. I would also be looking at some of the questions that are coming in here. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Right. So look, if you do the maths, in case because of sleeplessness, just like me, you miss a promotion that is easily going to cost you 5 to 10 lakhs a year, right? And all the therapy, your physical physiotherapy, your mental therapy, all of that, each of those sessions are extremely expensive, and we're looking at easily spending 1.5 lakhs a year. How do I know that? Because I have spent on recovering from postpartum depression myself. A lost productivity, the maths, 120 hours lost every single month, you are going to lose at least 60,000 every single month, because the real cost of sleeplessness is over a 10 lakh rupees, but your cost of investing in your baby's well-being is just 6,999 today. So go ahead, only for the next few minutes. This is going to be for a price of 6,999. I'm happy to only take 20 people on board. The reason for that is because I cannot give any more personalization than that. So I would be doing this. Yeah, this is the link. A lot of you are asking for the link. This is the link that you have to pay at and confirm your spot. While we do that, I am going to actually, just give me 1 second, answer some of the questions that are here. uh, is it okay for the 4-month-old baby to sleep on their tummy? Yeah, I mean, if your baby is rolling over and everything, there is no problem at all, right? In for the baby to sleep on their tummy as well. So that is fine. Some of you must be still wondering, why should you actually pay now and not later? Because all the bonuses are going to expire after this webinar. There are going to be no regression guides available for free. There are going to be no travel guides available for free, no night transition guide available for free, or no Facebook community, everything that all goes away. The price, of course, is going back to launch offer to 16,999, which stays till 15th of October. Then every night you wait, you are losing your 3 to 4 hours of lost sleep. And again, there is a daily impact on your baby's physical and brain development. So do not think too much. Just like take action, just like Disha did. I wanted to play some case studies as well for you here. Just give me 1 second. Yes, you are able, you can avail this offer right now and start working on it after 3 to 4 days. Your time will only, the 2 weeks of support will actually start over there. All right. Just give me 1 second. Some of you are still not finding the link. Here is the link again. This is the link. You can go ahead and actually, yep, this is the link. Uh, Okay, somebody, I'll just take some more questions over here. Just give me 1 second. As expected, there is some issue there. Please keep your questions coming. I am going to have a look at it. And I would also be sharing some case studies with you so that you can keep moving forward.
For anyone who's looking for sleep training their child, this is your place. Sleep Crafters. It really changes your life. Like, I have sleep trained my daughter, and it's unbelievable. She now sleeps independently. She's weaned off the pacifier, rocking, feeding. She's even weaned off the night feed. It's really life changing, and you should all go for it. Highly recommend Meenakshi, because not only is she passionate, but she's also always available for you to help you through the entire process. It's been such a wonderful experience. Thank you, Sleep Crafters.
Thank you, Disha. Her baby, by the way, was just about 5.5 months when we sleep trained her. There is more. This is Prerna, who was a marketing leader at Dyson, the technology company, and we worked with her for 2 of her little ones, and just the results for you to share. I do see a lot of questions coming in. I would just take them in a bit.
I am Preena, and I have two kids. One is now almost 4 year old, and the other one is about 10 months. I used Meenakshi's sleep training services when my firstborn was about close to about 10 months or 11 months. And that was the time I was facing sleep issues and early morning wakings. And today, and Meenakshi helped me tremendously. She almost held my hand and helped me with fixing his morning wakings and his schedule. And thanks to that, today my older one, who is now 4, sleeps independently without any sleep issues. And I'm not even worried about his sleep issues, even if I'm not at home and I'm traveling out, or if I'm out of town and we go on a holiday. She also helped sleep train my younger one when she was 6 months. And touch wood, it has been a fantastic experience with my younger one. She sleeps independently, is on 2 naps right now. Meenakshi helps me every time there is a regression to fix it. She helps me with the scheduling. And she helps me with all the ups and downs. So happy kids and happy parents.
Thank you, Prerna. That was Prerna. Like I said, she was the head of marketing at Dyson, and now she is an entrepreneur, and she couldn't have done it without honestly fixing a baby's sleep, right? You would agree that we cannot function without fixing a baby's sleep. So great. Now this is another baby that we worked with. Slept at 9 from 5 minutes. He woke up again. I told him just let him be. He will go back to sleep, and he did. She said, I was surprised. So that is the beauty of having a step-by-step support and step-by-step plan on doing what you're able to. Some of you are saying you've tried paying, maybe the link is too busy right now, you can try again. This is the link that you can secure. I'm keeping an eye on this thing. The minute it hits 20, I would be stopping the link, because we cannot do more than 20 personalized plans, honestly. This put her in the crib awake, and in a couple of minutes or so she put herself to sleep. Very very little, like 1 or 2 shout, not crying. I don't want to nazar lagao it, right? Even though it's a new place, like I said, Hema says that my baby used to sleep only by feeding or rocking, and now she sleeps all by herself, which is amazing. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Tanmaya. We'll see you inside. Thank you, Spandana. Thank you, Gargi. Thank you, Gauri. Thank you. Oh, Abhishek. Thank you, Akshay. There are some fathers here as well. Okay, great. So I will talk to you about everyone else. Thank you, Darshana. Thank you. We would welcome you. You will get the next steps and stuff by tonight. Sleep Crafters is amazing. Guidance was extremely helpful in sleep training my daughter. So if you are thinking this is not going to work for you, these are real parents who have actually seen success and it has worked for them. So do not have a second guessing for your child that it may or may not work, because still you take action, this is not going to work for you. Right, there are a lot of fathers who agree with that as well, that with the results from Sleep Crafters helped us understand babies sleep needs and guided us in the right way. Now you may still be having some questions right now, what if it doesn't work? But hey, what if it does? Right, so trust the process. It hasn't worked so far for you because you did not have a step by step plan, but now you do. Or you may be thinking, my baby is different, will not understand. Each baby is different, and that is the best part. And that is why you need personalization to handle your baby's unique situation. We co sleep. Will this work? Hell yes, I still co sleep with my daughter. So don't have any of the things holding you back. You have this chance to invest in your well being, in your baby's well being. Do it right away. I do know these questions are very, very normal as parents to come in our mind, but you have my backing. I'm rooting for you. You would be so excited and so impressed with how your baby is responding just within 2 to 3 weeks. You've tried everything, I understand, but have you tried a science backed plan? The answer is no. So if you've tried everything which was available on internet, then the fact is you've not tried anything, right? Or some of us, I would ask my husband, hey, this is your chance. Do you really think your husband would actually have limitation in investing in your well-being or your baby's well-being? No, this will not be available to you again. So I want us to utilize this opportunity to take it forward in the best possible way. Or that 6,999 still feels expensive, then think about all the lost cost that you are having because of lack of sleepless nights. So these, don't let these reasons in your mind hold you back from actually thinking that this may not work for your baby. This will, you have my backing, this is going to work for your little one, and we are going to make sure that you have the exact step by step plan which is going to make it easy for your baby to work on. Right. 1 second. The link is working. Some of you are saying the link is not working. Here's the link. This is absolutely working fine. Maybe because there has been a lot of traffic on the page right now, so it could be a little slow, maybe. But the link is working. I would just ask my team to still check. Can the team, can you please check if there is any issues with the link? Yeah, it's working fine now. You can try again. And most importantly, you have zero risk, right? Because you will never be left stuck. Every mother who joins us gets personalized support because we need it, right? You follow the plan, you will see progress within 14 days. However, each baby is different. If you ever feel stuck, I'll personally review your tracker and guide you on what needs to be done. Every mother, they get access to extra support options if needed, because again, each baby is different and you may need extra support, so you will be given those extra options as well as we move forward, right? So do not overthink this. You have my backing, you have nothing to lose. All you have to essentially do is follow the step by step plan and trust the mother's instinct and move forward, right? You are always having my backing because at this point You can either keep trying hacks and stay exhausted, or you can join now and get your baby to sleep within 2 weeks. Because remember, we all deserve, and in our minds, we are A plus plus, infinite baby, infinite mamas to our babies, right? So don't let that exhaustion steal this joy from you. Even if you are, not on the plan right now, I wish you all the luck and all the love to have a very happy, thriving parenting experience. But this is your chance to make a decision for your little one, and I would be happy to see you inside the program. Now, I know some of you mentioned that you were not able to access the link, which is why I'm just extending it for another 10 minutes. Can somebody confirm to me that you're able to access it right now? Because if you're having some trouble, then we will give you an alternate option. All right, so go ahead and make that decision for your little one. Welcome everybody. Welcome Padma. Welcome Prasanthi. Welcome Prasanna. Welcome that name I'm not able to. Okay, R it says. Okay, welcome R. Welcome Sangavi. All of you are. We would see you inside the program. There are a lot of people who are still joining, and I'm happy to take some more questions as we move forward. Right. So let's take some more questions in here. Mm. Is it if what happens if my boy cries for 30 to 60 minutes before falling asleep? This is a clear case of overtiredness, and you need to work on it, and which is why we will tell you exactly what you need to do to reduce this crankiness. Somebody, for instance, was also asking me, we travel a lot, what are we supposed to do? See, each child will be dealt with in a different way and in a different manner, right? So we will not know exactly at this point what is the reason for your baby to be crying for 30 to 40 minutes, which is why we would let you, let you in on those personalized calls, wherein we would try to understand what exactly is going on and then fix that specific area as well. Otherwise, at this point, if you ask me, it seems like overtiredness. What is the schedule that I should follow for my 6-month-old baby? Now, again, like I said, each baby is different, right? Generally speaking, a 6-month-old needs a wake window of between 2 to 3 hours, and they need to be on 2 to 3 naps as well. Right. So that is exactly what we would be teaching you within the program. Because look, if your baby is getting overtired, we would want to assess those signals. If your baby is under tired, then we would want to. Now, within 2 to 3 hours, we always start with like a smaller wake window to begin with, and then a bigger wake window, and that is exactly what we do. How do we handle nap transitions? That's a great question again. Now, how do you handle nap transition? Again, will depend on it. A lot of times, a regression happens, and we believe that it is the time for my baby to transition into next nap, and then we are calling for trouble again. So we have to first understand and see a pattern for a certain time, and then move from certain say a 3 nap to 2 nap, 2 nap to 1 nap. Each nap transition would require a proper plan to first gauge that this is going on for this period of time, and then we would move to handling that. How many days I will give training? So like I said, you get 14 days of one-on-one support with senior sleep coaches, where I would also be joining in. So we would be personally reviewing your trackers, we would be personally going through all the progresses and trends, and then we would be advising you on what changes are needed to be done as per your baby's sleep tracker and everything. So that is your answer. You would get it for 2 weeks of complete sleep training support, 2 one-on-one calls, and then all the other things that we spoke about. Great. Are there any more questions? Just give me 1 second. A lot of you are still saying this is team. Can we? It's not working. Okay, the chances are it's not working right now because our timer has gone out. Since so many of you are saying, we just do it for 5 more minutes, please? I see a lot of people saying they are not able to make the payment. Can we please just, yeah, extend it for a little bit more? Mhm. Here, this is the link that you have to EML. I didn't get the question. EML means, yes, EMI. Okay, okay. Yeah, some of you are asking if you can pay through EMI. So if you click on the link, there is an option to convert it to EMIs. And yes, you can pay through EMI on that link as well. So yeah, go ahead. This barely comes down to like 500-600 rupees. It's just valid for another 5 minutes. You get all your questions answered in a step-by-step manner, not just in fixing your baby's current sleep issues, but also to fix your all the nap transitions, all the regressions, all the travel related, early morning wake ups related, every single thing you get an answer for, because this is not just for your immediate fixing for your immediate requirements, but then how do you keep your baby's sleep on track as well in the future. Some of you are asking me if you want to do one-on-one private program with me. Now at this point we are doing very little private programs, but anyway, since you have some questions, what I'm going to do is I am also going to leave a form so that you can leave your questions on this form. This document that I have shared right now is where you can leave your questions, or you can leave your number. Somebody from the team is going to call you and answer all your questions, right? Um, I'm happy to answer the questions at this point as well, but this is the link if you want to speak with somebody, get some clarifications on one-on-one program, on baby sleep reset itself. You can leave your number here. I'll ask the team to connect with you, and also you can leave your questions on this form as well, right? So this is the document where you have to leave your questions. Use your last few minutes to get in on our baby sleep reset program. This is the link again, which has been opened for the last few minutes for you to make the payment and move forward and get enrolled, right? Let me look at other thing. It's not directing to 1 second. Let me have a look. If you are not able to make any payments right now, what you can also do is you can use this UPI, as some of you are saying, to utilize your seat, so that, we do not want you to lose in on that. This is the UPI where you can pay your 6999, reserve your seat, and let us know in here. And I would just quickly take the names of everybody who's joined us: Gauri, Darshana, Tanmaya, Shravanti, Keya, Kiara. Wonderful. Okay. Some more new people have joined us right now. Okay, Shruti again, Sangvi, Sri Vidya. Okay, great. So welcome everybody. We will see you inside the program. I'm happy to answer your questions again. Some more questions. A lot of you are still sending me your questions. So if I have missed it, can you send it again so that we are able to answer this question. Now, it could be that the page is going down in a bit, and that is why you have not been able to fill it. So just let me know if you are still getting stuck, because the team has actually extended it and it should be working now. Can you confirm, one of you, that it is working and you have been able to? I think Kea was saying, right? Yeah, Kea, you've been able to get through in now, right? Yeah, okay, great. Any other question, I'm happy to answer right now, and let's get that baby sleeping. I may have missed out a few. Can you just let me see some more questions that are coming over here? Okay, 1 second. Okay. Yeah, so if you have some more questions, this is the document you want. Travanti, right? You want some more questions around our private one-on-one, you can leave it on this. If any question you want to speak with the team, please leave your number and your question on this. For the last time, for some of you who said that you were not able to access it, this is the link that you have to pay, that you have to go enter your details, and then it will guide you for making the payment. So go ahead and book it for yourself right now, and I will see you inside the program. Can we move forward quickly and see? Night sleep time has to be 11 to 12 hours till they turn at least 6 to 7 years of age. So if that is your question, right? Yeah. What is the right wake window? Again, wake window is a very subjective question, but generally speaking, at 9 months it can be between 2 to 3.5 hours. That's the wake window. Right, certain babies do well with 2 hours, certain babies do well with 3.5 hours. What is sleeps afternoon 2 to 3 hours? I would think that 2 to 3 hours sleep of after in afternoon at 23 months is a lot, and we should look at curtailing that as well. But again, take all these instructions with a pinch of salt, because we are looking to fix it holistically. If you are just working on fixing one factor, then chances are you will not see 100% result. Okay, okay. I think I've answered most of these. There are some more. Not sleeping in daytime, crying to sleep, but not sleeping even for 1 hour. Yes, so we need to holistically look at the schedule, as well as what is the reason, like what is your sleep environment like? How are you putting your baby to sleep as well? Because looks like the baby is getting over tired and is overstimulated at this point, which is why they are having trouble falling asleep. Right? Okay, great. Some more questions are coming in, and great. So we have the final few minutes remaining. Guys, if you've not been able to, then please utilize this link, and we are shutting the page in a bit, and let's move forward and get you started. All of you who have enrolled, you would be getting all the details over email on how to access and everything. Right, so just hang in there. I'm super excited to get us started. I know some of you have also mentioned, I think you've paid, but you want to start after 2 3 days. That's fine, and that's the whole beauty of it. You can start at your availability, and you can then just make changes as needed. Um, okay, with that, I think I have now answered every question. Just the final call for the last minute questions if we have missed out on, because it just went up very quickly. This is the link. If I've missed out on any questions, you need to speak with somebody in the team. You can leave your details here. Somebody from the team is going to call you. And this is the link again for you to get your seats in. If you have already, welcome, and I will see you inside the program. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining in. We will see you inside the program. Bye-bye.